Hey ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back through daily crypto news and analysis, and today we're going to be talking about Xinfin Network, aka XDC. So with that being said, let's just dive in. Now, I just want to warn you guys that I am recording this a little bit ahead of time, so I do hope that you guys don't mind the news being a little bit outdated, but for the most part, it all still will, play a key role in, what we are focusing on with XDC and Xinfin. So first off, I do want to report with you guys on this article. Fidelity CEO says bear market is the time to go extra hard into crypto. And of course, this is not, a big surprise, but we do see, there's plenty of ups and downs, but I see an opportunity. What I really want to focus on here, though, is just where Fidelity is focusing on. So over the, last few years, Fidelity has increased its focus on bringing cryptocurrency products to the market. Despite recent regulatory hurdles, Fidelity successfully launched the Fidelity Metaverse ETF and the Fidelity Crypto Industry and Digital Payments ETF in April, and is offering investors an option to put Bitcoin in their 401k retirement savings account. I would have never thought that we would have gotten so much attention for bringing a little bit of Bitcoin to a little bit of the 401k business. I've been happily surprised at the amount of positive feedback that we've gotten, on that. Now, the reason why I bring this up and the reason why I actually talk about this article is these are major, companies that are moving in on, crypto. These are, extremely, large financial institutional investors. We see major banks moving in on crypto. When we look at the things happening around crypto in general from an adoption cycle perspective, I think that we're still extremely early, even though we are seeing large names kind of dip their toes in. I think that this will actually usher in more adoption around use cases within like tokenization and digitization of like paper documents, which kind of leads me to, XDC and Xinfin, basically disrupting trade finance. Obviously, trade finance is a very large market to really kind of look at. These are $1 trillion plus markets that we are essentially, disrupting either way. But it really does help to show a major, sort of interest from, the financial institutional area in the banking sector, because this is where a large amount of our capital is actually going to, flow into this market and push us even higher once regulatory bounds are, met. Now, I do want to address and talk to you guys about a few things around this market actually, and the adoption cycle of this market, and where a large amount of the money will actually come into this market from outside of this space. So we really kind of look at, debt itself, and obviously we are at a very large amount of debt within, the, global, markets. But we do see, Quincy Jones, people think about all of the money, but debt outpaces money 10 to 1. So every time there's a dollar out there, there's $10 of debt out there that can be traded and held as value on XDC. That is one of many assets. XDC is set to disrupt a major market. And we actually do see down here, the total world derivatives market has been estimated at $1 quadrillion. Regulatory friendly Xinfin XDC has begun partnerships to monetize the derivatives markets via secure tokenization. The current trading value of derivatives is estimated at $1 quadrillion. This is why I want you guys to understand that tokenization is so much larger than what anybody could really kind of look at. I kind of compare and contrast these markets in the best way that I possibly can, to not like kind of make it seem over exaggerated within the dollar figure amount. But honestly, when you look at debt and when you look at like, the derivatives market or even like private equities, commodities, etc., like we will see tokenization flow into almost every single, overall industry. So when we look at things happening around this sector itself, it's extremely interesting to continue to watch things unfold rapidly within the tokenization and digitization space itself, because there's a large amount of money like to really kind of disrupt itself, but also, there's also a large amount of money to flow in. Now, we also do see, or consider reading this if you haven't already, from August 2021, written by Andre Kasserman. Shout out to Crypto KJ2 for this. But we do see here, ICC DSI endorsed DNI initiative, and this is talking about the TFD. Sorry, my bad, my mic got messed up. TFD initiative offers the most comprehensive set of trade distribution capabilities, now including tokenization. A total of 17 institutions joined the TFDA TFDI in late 2020, early 2021, totaling 47 members by August of 2021. We delivered new testimonials from Texel working with banks and credit issuers and shared input from non-bank institutional investors such as NNIP and Santander Asset Management. Major banks such as ING and Santander outlined their willingness to partner with credit issuers and institutional investors to develop their trade finance business. We outlined the requirements for trade distribution technology platforms, in particular, the need to automate the repackaging of trade assets. This has recently been expanded to include a tokenization option, which is leveraging the XDC network. Guys, I actually kind of agree with the comment here. Sorry, all I saw was dollar signs. Yeah, when you look at this, this is large. First off, these are major banks. Anybody knows Santander. If you don't know who Santander is, maybe you're not just aware of the banking market itself, but Santander is a giant. And when we look at this area and we kind of look at where we basically are positioned within Xinfin, yeah, I think that this is great in terms of like a tokenization like mechanism. This is an area to continue to focus on from the DLT space itself. But also, I do believe that we will see a major, shift happening around tokenization within a large amount of these industries, specifically around the banking scene as well. We actually just seen like Hedera talking about, tokenizing, invoices, for an example. That's large. That's huge. Because that's like digital workflows around major corporations. That's basically what this is for the banking and trade document scene. Now we also do see here not everyone can be public and permissionless. XDC network is, predestined with its hybrid solution for banks and enterprises. Not to forget the features instant block finality and interoperability with ISO 222 message standards. Shout out to Shelby Gosling for this, but yeah, I mean, if you think about it, there's a large amount of buzz going around with ISO 222, and I think that it's the perfect amount to really kind of spark a major revolution around these tokens, specifically settlement tokens like XDC, that are truly ushering in some pretty significant efficiencies. Like for example, being a hybrid solution, which is perfect for banks and enterprises, and I think it's perfect for the markets that it's actually going after. We also do see here, pay attention XDC. This is from Crypto KJ2 as well. Honestly, there is a large amount of connections here with some significant names. ICC and things like that are the ones to really kind of watch for. We do see here, I'm particularly proud to launch today the first ever fintech collaboration guidelines from the ICC Banking Commission. This is Executive Director at Trade and Working Capital at JP Morgan. This is Merlin Dowse. And we do see ICC FinTech Collaboration Guidelines down here. This is the International Chamber of Commerce. We also do see over here on the secondary slide, here's the ICC, here's XDC Network as the technology providers with TradeTech as well, and Coriolis. Also, SureComp is there as well. And this is very interesting to look at. I mean, you see some of these major names here as well, like we do see, Rabobank. We also see Standard Chartered. Standard Chartered is actually pretty large as well. Standard Bank as well. Deutsche Bank, Commonwealth Bank, SMBC. These are large names. We also do see on the secondary slide, here's Rabobank. Here's Merlin Dowse. Again, direct connection, 3 years and 7 months there. This is pretty big. And of course, a lot of people are asking, like, I'm looking all over the ICC website and I do not see any partnerships with XDC. Sometimes that's what's not stated is more important. That's what's stated, or then what's stated. I think he meant to say. The ICC WBO is a member of the TFDI. The hub of TFDI is TradeTech. I don't know why TradeTech was mentioned twice here. And Xinfin official, our partners, Andre Kasserman is the great and powerful Oz, working levers behind the curtains. Yeah. Honestly, when we look at things happening around this market, it really is interesting to pay attention to Andre Kasserman because he's the one that's basically, really, I would say turning the gears within the trade tech and trade finance area. There's a large amount of money to be disrupted within this market. I mean, it's a $19 trillion market. And of course, you guys can see the direct connections here with, ICC and of course, trade tech and even Xinfin. Andre Kasserman basically is the puzzle piece to hold it all together. And also, we do see over here XDC jurisdictions around the world aligning their domestic legislation to the UNCITRAL Model Law on Electronic Transferable Records (MLETR) to enable the legal recognition of electronic transferable records globally. Shout out to CryptoNair D for this. But yeah, we do see a major again. Here's ICC. When we talk about ICC, I would say that they're the glue to hold this all together. They basically are, a direct connection to everything here. But we do see many governments have also recognized the potential for electronic documents to make global trade more efficient, secure, and resilient to the impact of unexpected international events such as the recent pandemic and shipping disruptions. This is evident in the growing number of jurisdictions around the world aligning their domestic legislation to the UNCITRAL Model Law on Electronic Transferable Records (MLETR) to enable the legal recognition of electronic transferable records globally. And of course, we do see here this is talking about the co-founder of XDC Network. MLETR is the most suitable use case for blockchain technology, and in particular, public ledger technology. XDC Network brings the needed blockchain infrastructure to support interoperability across financial institutions, platforms, and ecosystems. We are delighted to work with members of the DNI initiative and Inigio in particular to bring MLETR to life in the most interoperable, secure, and cost-efficient way. You really got to understand where XDC is positioned here. It's truly remarkable that a lot of individuals continue to overlook, Xinfin just because it's not an extremely flashy asset like XRP, XLM, etc. What it's focused on is a market that a lot of individuals actually don't understand. But that's why I try to, come across almost on all of these videos and really kind of bring, you guys into what they are focused on and what they are doing within the trade finance area. Inigio is a huge, partner here because Inigio is also a direct connection with a large amount of the trade finance area. And it truly is incredible to watch this really kind of bloom into, a massive, innovation to a market that is, again, global, and it's a very large market as well. And we do see here, thanks for the invite, Global Trade Review, GTR. I'm looking forward to expand on the industry MLETR developments carried out through ITFA's DNI initiative technology partners. Again, pay attention to the technology partners. Also, you love to see Finastra down here. Finastra is a massive giant. We've talked about Finastra 100 times at least with XD or with XRP. We also see TradeTech and Nigio as well. Yeah, I mean, even Minigrams there. These are large names. I would say that Xinfin is taking over globally, silently through a large amount of these trade finance, partnerships. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, turn notifications on if you guys want more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. As always, I hope that you all have a beautiful day or a beautiful night wherever you guys are in this beautiful world. This has been Nick. Peace out, guys.